What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Orca. Welcome back to my channel. Today we got another crazy TikTok compilation, conspiracy, aliens, paranormal, all that good stuff, man. Before we get into this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get straight to it.
I got an update for you, and I got some really good stuff I want to talk about. Since my ban, I'm able to break down some of this stuff a little better than what I was before. The Las Vegas alien thing has really brought forth some new details. And also, Richard Dottie, who was known for telling lies in the past, he came forward and brought out information as well. But first, I want to talk about this. This forensic scientist broke it down. And before I show you this, I want to tell you that I'm going to go into grave detail with this right now. This video might be a little longer than normal. We're going to really dig deep into this topic about the Las Vegas alien that happened a little over a year ago.
I remember seeing.
Start again, I guess. We were in the backyard fixing a truck, and then out of nowhere we just see a big light fall down and basically crash in the backyard. And moments after, like a couple seconds after, I saw the big giant creature in front of me. The alien, whatever you guys want to call it. The alien, demon, whatever.
Okay, everybody remembers the 911 call. Everybody remembers this, the body cam footage, the police cam footage of this green orb going down. And as it turns out, Richard Dottie also said that he believed that this was a UFO. Now, it's still up for grabs, still in the air, up in the air to try to guess that. And I'll talk about Dottie's deal more in a minute as well. But also later on, he came out with that same interview and said that he believed they were demons. And this is why he believed it, because a crucifix, Jesus was ripped off the crucifix, and this was near his Bible, and it was floating in the air. Check this out.
You mentioned paranormal activity. What exactly did you see?
Well, I was in another room, my brother called me, there was an upside down cross, and there was a Jesus statue in it. They ripped Jesus out of it, they threw him across the room, and it was floating upside down.
Okay, so once again, let's backtrack just a little bit. We'll be back and forth in this one.
What?
Okay, remember
I didn't
the
see
fence.
this part.
Remember this. And everybody was like, I see something over the fence. So everybody's like, no, that's a shadow. Well, a forensics investigator came out, investigated, and proved that it was an entity, that it was using cloaking devices. And he made this video, and this is what he had to say about the actual beings.
We've isolated a piece of the background, and inside of that yellow square is the tree branches that are above the fence. And then when we get to the other square, so bring that over, and that's off to the side. So we know that that's real, that's part of the environment. And now we've got the head that comes in with the smoke around it and the cloaking or whatever. And we've identified this same exact area that we identified before, same exact area, and then bring it up and compare it side by side. And pause it there. This is not part of the background. This is an artifact that this being, through its technology, some kind of a lag in its cloaking device, in that because it's cloaking with whatever background it's in where it was before. And because this film that we're looking at here is only 0.8 of a second, there must have been some lag time between that cloaking technology transferring while it moves. So we used AI software to analyze all this, and inside of that yellow square,
Here's what I'm like. That shit is so close to them, and it's like they can't even hear it. Like, they's making no noise. That's crazy, bro. Cause look how close it is to him. It's like looking over the fence at him, but he's looking straight. He can't even see the blurriness. He can't even hear it. Like, that's how great that technology is. That's scary.
right there, that kind of a weird shape there. There are a number of pixels, and those pixels have been diminished by 66%.
This video has not been altered in any way. It's an original source. It's an original video.
And as I said, Richard Dottie talked about these beings. Now, you remember, you heard what Angel said in this video. Angel said that he believed they were demons and there was paranormal activity. Guys, in personal experiences with demonic entities, I want to tell you, demonic entities tend to appear, and a lot of times it's in child form and things like that. They don't really appear in it as these type beings. They just don't do it. It's a lot more sinister than what you're seeing here. I think a lot of times when we see these beings like this, and we do know there's demonic entities.
Then why they
I've
attack
seen
the
them,
cross?
but these beings, in order to keep it hidden themselves, will make these people believe that's what it is to keep everything down. Later on, Richard Dottie had said that these beings actually came from Area 51, and that they went down and they were actually at Lake Mead getting water out of the lake. Now, if they were demons, they wouldn't be doing that, not unless it's actually two different deals going on. And maybe Angel's having paranormal activity separate from seeing what he's seen. I don't know. That's what I've kind of gathered from my investigation with this, and I like breaking these things down like a puzzle, taking many different stories that I've heard and piecing it together and trying to find what the actual truth is. Leave your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Nigga, what the fuck is that? Bro, this better be motherfucking AI.
We have this leaked footage coming from the Alien Mall at Miami, and apparently this is what they're not showing us because this thing had hypnosis powers, and when it was in Miami it consumed like 10 people, and this is what they're not showing us, but apparently they're all fine and back to Earth now. But
Hey, this is sick, bro. Look at this. That's low-key frightening. Jesus.
Three-Eye Atlas, guys. Y'all still paying attention? Because this is getting crazy.
Keep watching, because I'm going to show you in this video.
What the hell is going on with Three-Eye Atlas? Everyone keeps saying it's not behaving like anything we've seen.
Nothing. First, it's producing methane. Comets don't do that.
Nope.
Second, it's glowing from deep inside, like there's a core or an engine. Third, it's actually maneuvering, speeding up, slowing down, changing direction like it has navigation.
Asteroids can't steer.
Right. And its tail, sometimes the exhaust shows up in front, like thrust, and the materials it's made of, unknown elements.
All the truths.
Periodic table. Lab scanners can't classify half of it.
So what are we looking at?
That's what gets creepy. Ancient cave carvings in Australia, Ethiopia, and Peru all show the same object. A bright oval with controlled trails, drawn exactly like Atlas's movement patterns, different cultures, different eras, same shape.
You think they saw this thing before?
I think they recorded it for a reason, because whatever Three-Eye Atlas is, it's not a
It's on those way back.
So basically at the end what he was saying was that this was predicted, it was scheduled, and it's not a comet. This is a returning vessel that they carved into the pyramids and cave systems thousands of years ago. So you guys tell me what y'all think. Drop it down in the comments below. Keep your eyes open, your ears open, because you never know what's going on. And stay weird, my friends. Keep watching. We got so much more for you.
As of today, there is another big update on Three-Eye Atlas. According to this report in the New York Post, NASA to release best quality images of Manhattan-sized interstellar object Three-Eye Atlas. and reveal its true nature. So if this all turns out to be true, then that would mean that NASA has been tracking 3i Atlas and has been recording its every movement. According to a lot of unconfirmed reports, this is actually a real
That shit look like a
image of
spaceship.
3i Atlas. And if it turns out to be a real image of 3i Atlas, it actually shows the vapor trail, meaning that this could be powered by something unknown. Some have questioned where the images were taken of 3i Atlas by NASA. The story goes into detail and claims that they were taken by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter HERS camera as it passed by the red planet from October 1st to October 7th. Also, why they were not released? Because of the government shutdown. So keep this in the back of your mind. As I say in all of these videos, take this video as entertainment purposes only. It is for the purpose of entertainment. And why do I say that? Because until we see anything or get an official update from any state, local, or government officials, this is just entertainment purposes only. So let me know your thoughts in the comments as to, will NASA release the images of 3i Atlas? Or is this just another distraction from something else? Or do we have something to be concerned about with 3i Atlas? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I'm telling y'all, they always tell you straight to your face. They don't even hide it anymore.
Sacrifice loved ones. You have to sacrifice loved ones for a long period of time if you want to be great. It is very unfortunate, and you feel it at times. You know the saying: if it's too hot, get there. Sometimes you just gotta get out of the kitchen because it gets hot. But you have to have a discipline. To sometimes you have to sacrifice loved ones in order to be great. And for me, I was 18 when I came into the league. So I got my best friend that's now in college.
I can't even tell nowadays.
One that's at Ohio State, and they're calling me, telling me, "Hey, bro, you gotta come down to these parties." And I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I look back on it now. I wish I would have done a few of them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I did.
We all know LeBron James is a part of the club, and they always tell you in their jokes, they're jokes.
You wish he would have went to a Diddy party?
There's a theory that the Hoover Dam is secretly a demonic throne and that the government put angels there to cover it up. You go to the Hoover Dam, you're gonna see something really odd. There's a spot that has two giant winged statues made out of bronze. They look like angels, right? They are technically called the winged figures of the Republic, but this is the weird part. No one officially says what they are. They're not angels, they're not demons, they're figures. And that's not random. There's actually a floor underneath them that is a cosmic map. It shows the exact alignment of the stars the day that the dam was completed. Like they wanted aliens or gods to find this later. You'd think it's just some artsy little design, right? But the guy who made that design said that this is specifically supposed to last for thousands of years. That design was supposed to outlive our civilization. And this is where it gets a little darker. People also call this place the throne of the devil. But why would a dam need a cosmic star map and then two 20, 30-foot bronze guardians? And then all of these occult-looking type symbols. Well, get this. So over 100 workers died while building the dam. And some people do believe that their bodies were sealed into the concrete and that they were considered to be sacrifices to bless the sculpture. And then on top of all of this, the location of these statues don't really make any sense. Why would they have these big designs at a power plant? And if you're religious, you also have to remember Satan was originally an angel. Another crazy thing to note is that the Hoover Dam has been featured in dozens of end-of-the-world movies, disaster scenes, and games. It has always been the center of destruction and secret technology. And then it's is that a coincidence, or is it programming for us to see it as the key to something? Even the name Hoover comes from a president who was involved in major US power shifts. literal power and electricity. And this makes you wonder if the government is trying to hide in plain sight. Massive monuments with spiritual symbolism built into them. Government approved, celebrated, protected, and most of us never even question it. So when you pass by and you take a little selfie, you don't even realize you are standing on what some call a throne. But the question remains, a throne for who exactly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow for more.
Okay, you guys, these Epstein files are out of control, so we're gonna break down everything we've seen thus far. Okay, first, let's start with Obama's former chief White House counsel, Kathy Ruemiller, and a very eerie, very suspicious email with her and Epstein. Now they're communicating back and forth in this email, but at the bottom of this email gets really weird. And I quote, she says, "Yes, I will be like the doctor at Lenox Hill, put that crazy in room 1, gunshot and surgery, and the cook, well, he can wait." You guys, remember Obama's chef who worked at the White House and who died at Obama's house? Could they be talking about him? Now, being that email was from 2014, saying the cook can wait, you mean like 9 years later wait, where he actually died in 2023? Yeah, that's suspicious. Gets even wilder though. So, we have an email from 2018 with Jeffrey Epstein and his brother, Mark Epstein, in which Mark is asking,
Trump grabbing his
he
sack?
says, does Putin still have the pictures of Trump blowing Bubba, aka Bill Clinton? Bro, what? Okay, even if this is even remotely true, how relevant would this picture be that they found in Epstein's house of Bill Clinton in a blue dress, in which Monica Lewinsky was in a blue dress just like this when she blew him? This is giving way to the biggest blackmail ring of all time, but let's keep going. Now, if we weren't completely off the rails, this is gonna take us there because there's an email stating that he was into bioengineering and genetics, specifically black people. And I quote, "You might be able to make blacks smarter by changing the time for the motor layer development and changing the time for other layers." Then he states their brains are slower at learning high-level concepts, in which he's giving way to slavery being that muscle switch for slaves. We're faster, so we're stronger, jump higher than the white people were thinking all day, basically, and making them smarter under pressure over time. Now, not only he was into bioengineering and genetics, and he had his own office at Harvard called Jeffrey's Office, but he had close ties to MIT, in which he had very close ties to this guy, Marvin Minsky, who is the co-founder of MIT's AI laboratories, and they call the father of AI. I mean, it really takes the guesswork out of why he was trafficking people besides blackmail. You wanted to experiment on people like a test lab rat. Now, this part totally makes sense, where the head morgue manager of Harvard pled guilty earlier this year for selling body parts online. Does anybody want to take a wild guess who he was working for? Epstein he was working for. Now, there's a whole lot more, so I'm gonna do a part 2. Make sure you guys get into my Telegram. We're just getting started. Epstein Files Part 2. This shit gets crazy, so sit back, relax, get your snacks. So in Part 1, I mentioned Obama and his staff was mentioned in the files, but get this. Epstein had an email back in 2013 where he was in support of a new rising star named Hakeem Jeffries, in which they call him Brooklyn Obama, but I like to call him Dollar Tree Obama. So compromise, I say yes. Let's keep moving. Also in Part 1, I mentioned Obama's staff member was talking to Epstein about a cook who can wait, in which could have been Obama's chef who died, but could it be this chef who was actually the chef for the Clintons who died a year later from that email? Either way, it seems like being a White House chef is a hazardous job. But it gets even wilder. It turns out that Jeffrey Epstein was in contact in real time with this representative of the Virgin Islands, Stacey Plaskett.
Driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented that...
Now, obviously, Trump knew Epstein and all the nefarious shit he was doing, but here's the thing. If Epstein had all this dirt on Trump, why did he need an inside man to influence during an impeachment? But here's the part where it really gets spooky.
Creative matters first. I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roya Demlow.
Wait,
now that video was from 2019.
How does she know what she's saying? She looks a little off too. Like she's not there. Clearly, look at her eyes. What?
19 at a congressional hearing in which this woman was mouthing the same words at the same time as the last kid under some mind control shit. And I even had to fact check this myself saying, is this AI generated or altered? And AI said, it is not AI generated or deepfake at all. What the hell is going on? Now, if you guys remember in part 1, he was heavily invested into bioengineering and eugenics, but maybe, just maybe, he was also into MK Ultra as well. And if you guys were wondering who that was, her name is Christina Kelsey, in which he has a lot of ties to the DOJ, so there's that. Then there's this weird ass video in the files from 2018.
Charlie, ma chi è quello lì? Ma ti piace questo pupazzotto?
So you mean to tell me there's a dog named Charlie chewing on a Trump toy with Hillary Clinton next to him? I'll let you guys know with that one. Then Trump himself says he wants the Epstein files to be released. First he said it was a hoax. Now he says he wants it to be released. So I guess we'll see. Now there's a lot more than that, but make sure you guys go to my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, because I'm gonna do a deeper breakdown on this, but let me know what you guys think below.
Everyone, this news about the Epstein files being released over the weekend, this is gonna change everything, okay? I just got out of a big meeting with my team, and some of them were calling in from DC. Ever since these files and these emails were released,
that man just diddled him right on camera.
People in DC are losing their minds.
And he allowing it.
Crazy. You already saw over the weekend what happened to the stock market and crypto.
There's no way I would agree to this.
People are really worried about what this
something
means
crazy.
for the government. Members of the administration were named in these emails. But President Donald Trump was named in these emails with Epstein. What people are wondering now is why were they released by the House Oversight Committee at this time, when the government already said that there was nothing to see here. Now they're coming out, names are being dropped, people's jobs are on the line here, and I'm meeting with some members of my team later today to discuss what's going to happen to these government officials. This is wild. So I'm going to give you all an update later on.
That's pervert behavior, bro. Like, come on, man. You can't be touching the man's sausage, dog. That's crazy. The fact that he was okay with letting him do that, it says a lot about what's going on, man. I don't even play around like that. So, man, Trump would have been in that hallway thumping for sure.
Somebody got some explaining to do, because this movie right here is not child friendly. It's actually way more sinister than we thought. And before I ruin your childhood, I want to say that this video is for entertainment purposes.
Please don't ruin my childhood.
Because if you guess this movie, Monsters Inc., then you guess right. Let's get into it. First of all, why is these monsters working at an underground facility in a secret city that the humans are not supposed to know about? I don't mean to say too much. Is this the same thing, right? Kids were extremely toxic to them because they needed the pure essence that the kids had. It could not come in contact with the kids because the kids were too pure. Do I even have to say too much? Can you even go to these facilities that are hidden cities that are blocked off, that might have to do with extraterrestrials going through the door to get that shit right here to power their city, right? They trying to steal the essence from the kids to power the city. You were a kid, you were so defenseless that if you were scared as a kid, that you were more scared than you were as an adult. So it was more energy. So that's why they went after the kids in the movie, because they wanted to take as much energy that they could to power their entire hidden underground cities. So the next time your baby said they seen a monster under their bed, you better believe them, because their third eye is open and yours is not. You already know it.
This video had popped up and it was a random conspiracy theory. And this dude was saying his random conspiracy theory, and he was basically saying, what if all the natural disasters was actually a higher frequency being trying to contact us, making contact with us? People, what he's saying, because he brought up the Super Bowl commercial where they was talking about the aliens texting everybody and saying hello down there. So you know how you can feel wind on your body but you can't see it? Same thing with some of the natural disasters. You are only going to be able to see and understand what you make yourself aware to. So if a natural disaster is happening, all you're going to see is a natural disaster. If thunder and lightning is happening in the clouds, all you're going to see is thunder and lightning, because that's what you've made yourself available to perceive. Okay, let's break it down. You know how when you are around a group of people and a group of friends and you're good and you're nice and everything is good at the beginning, but then you start to notice your awareness starts to become more aware of the lies and the bad energy that you are around being around these people. Your mind is only trained to perceive what you allow it to perceive. So you on a certain level are in your own awareness of what's going on around you. But there's so many more layers and levels to existing. So when you see powerful wind just blowing around, oh, it's powerful energy that's going on that you cannot see. It's probably high frequency beings that are really doing some stuff that your awareness is not trained to see. This is why people can't comprehend the fourth dimension. This is why some people may say that we are living on a giant celestial. The earth is alive. People talk about nature spirits, ancestors, ninth dimensional beings, higher levels of expanded awareness. So what you're seeing in your level of awareness may be different from what's actually going on. That's just the after effect. That's just the ripples of what's going through your dimension. But something else is happening on higher levels.
TikTok about a week or two ago, I introduced you guys to a dragon. This dragon specifically. You guys seem to really like that video, so I figured we'd dive into the ocean again today. First up, we have Sauce 90 and the mermaids.
I hear him. Where's she at? Oh, yo! Oh, hell no!
Do a crab on the boat? How is that possible?
At the docks, though? Hey, yo, you hear that?
Hey, that thing was following him. Clearly.
I know what the fuck that is. That bitch followed me the fuck in.
Yeah.
So after all that and a lot more, his TikTok gets banned and then the government shows up onto his boat.
Check out these motherfuckers. You got me out here doing testing. Testing what? What the fuck are you guys testing? That's what I want to know. We all know Source 90 has heard certain things out in the ocean, and then my TikTok gets banned, and then the government shows up my boat. It's too many fucking coincidences.
Now let me introduce you to the bloop and Julia.
This noise perplexed scientists for over a decade. That noise was heard by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, in 1997, and it bewildered researchers for years. The sound was heard in a very remote portion of the Pacific Ocean near the southern tip of South America and was detected by several hydrophone arrays. The NOAA described the noise as rising rapidly in frequency over about 1 minute and was of sufficient amplitude to be heard at a range of over 5,000 kilometers, or 3,000 miles, from its origin. If it originated from the central United States, you would be able to hear it at the northern tip of Canada or all the way down in Colombia. This was a massive noise.
This is one of the top unexplained sounds, known as Julia. Julia is a sound recorded on March 1st, 1999, by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. According to them, the source of the sound was most likely a large iceberg that had run aground off Antarctica. However, pictures from NASA's Apollo 33A5 shows a large shadow swaying through the southwest section of Cape Cod Ray at the same time of the recorded sound.
Now this and the next picture I'm going to show you were taken from Google Earth. Do you think they could be responsible for the sounds that we just heard?
Object really only looks like a big brown blob. Whatever it is creating an enormous wake. According to Google Earth's measuring tool, the wake is over 250 meters wide.
Damn.
All conspiracies contain a nugget of truth.
Alright, YouTube, that's a video for today. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Till next time.